Welcome officially to Upstage TV Show. I am your host, Kristen Lashington, or Missy Chrissy. We are here for a very special taping of Upstage TV Show. This is the Meet the Artist of Lovefest 2026. This event is taking place on Valentine's Day at Quarantine Point in Grenada, and we're so excited to be welcoming not just Grenadian acts for this event, but also acts coming from Antigua and Barbuda, as well as Jamaica. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome Matthew Malcolm.
Yo. Blessed love.
And we also have in the building, all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Yay. Also on the cast is Sabrina Francis and the Treehouse Band, Rita and the Ultimate Perfections Band, the River Road Pan Wizard, sponsored by Blast, and of course, you, because we're starting the event with a karaoke from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., and then we dive into the entertainment. We also have chocolate making, candle making, and a food village, loads of great activities for you at Lovefest. But I'll show you instead. So let's take a quick break and we'll be right back.
This Valentine, celebrate under the stars at Lovefest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. Whether you're coming solo, with someone special, or rolling deep, Lovefest is filled with moments to enjoy, like making your own chocolates and candles. Early bird tickets are sold out. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFet.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Lovefest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, starting 6 p.m. at Quarantine Point.
Welcome back to Upstage TV Show. We are live from Bay House in Jonglei, Grenada. Such a beautiful location, and it's so good that they're able to host us. Without further ado, I'm so happy to officially introduce to Upstage TV Show Matthew Malcolm. He is an actor as well as a reggae artist. Thank you so much, Matthew. Welcome to Grenada and welcome to Upstage TV Show.
Respect for having me, Chrissy. Wagwan, you good?
I'm good.
Yes, I bless it, but
Now, Matthew, I mean, you have to tell us a little bit about you and your journey as an artist. You know, tell us, how did you start doing music?
Well, in church.
Like, as most of us did, right?
Yeah. So I can easily start from there. In church, and then it led to primary school, and then high school, where I entered a competition in Jamaica. All Together Sing, TVJ All Together Sing. And we were champions of that, you know, for 2010. And then we formed a group there called Total 5, which we did some shows, local shows around the island. And then we had the privilege to, you know, be on the same stage as Celine Day and the Night. So we considered that almost like an open, because right after our set, she came on stage, you know what I mean? So from there, I went to a solo career because, you know, time's hard for some people, and I mean for all of us. And so these guys went on to other things, and I decided that, music I really want to do in my life, you know? And so I released my first EP around 2020, around COVID time, Zane. And then, you know, that kind of gave me like a push in terms of eyes, like some serious eyes start paying attention and things. So, you know, I said, being that I was like on a more spiritual journey at that time, you know, Rastafari and thing, it's like I changed the style of music, but I didn't change the sound.
Got you. So it was always reggae.
Always reggae.
I got you, but you've gone into more of a spiritual side.
Yeah, man.
And what does that mean to you? Why was it important to segue and do more of that?
I mean, it's just a responsibility to knowledge. You know, I come from a place where we can easily say, you know, the negative always, well, yeah, me I gotta say negative. You know what I mean? There's negative and there's positive, depending on what type of influences you have over any type of people. I look on that and I find that there needs to be a balance, you know what I mean? And the balance needs to come from somebody who has a potential to do many things, but decides to do the righteous, you know what I mean? The truth, Jah works, you know?
That's good. I like that. Now, Matthew, you've done something phenomenal so early in your career already. Featured on the Bob Marley One Love film. You acted. Was this your acting debut?
Yeah, you could have said that. You know what I mean? I did some little commercials here and there. But this was like one of the moments that we're worth pulling over up on the highway and be like, yo, yes. You know what I mean? Type of vibe. Because I mean, like, yo, Paramount, Netflix, you know what I mean? Just being able as a country youth, could I able to carry my mother in the theater and holler her for watch that? That felt like, you know, the world to me at that moment, you know what I mean? So I just know kind of made say, yo, this needs to be like a story to the world. Like other youths need to realize, say, yo, you don't need to go Harvard, you don't need to go all of this, you don't need to do that. Just believe, you know what I mean? Some of the things that I've achieved in my life, yo, I have know how to get it. But Jah always put me in the right places, you know. You know what I mean?
That's
Jah
true.
always have me in the right direction. And so,
Yeah.
yo, when you have somebody like Jah leading your train and you know, say you're the boss, you're the captain, yo, it's all good, you know what I mean?
It's all good indeed. I absolutely agree. Now, I know we have creatives who are really interested and they're saying, "Boy, I want to act in a movie too."
Impossible.
How did you even land there? Is it that you had to submit? Were you part of a casting? How did you land that role playing Siku? Tell us who you
Seiko,
played and how did it happen?
So Seiko is Bob Marley's best friend in real life. This was his mentor from like childhood, the one who used to roll in biggest giants and all that, you know what I mean? The one who take him really upon the spiritual journey. And that role helped me on my spiritual journey too, because, you know, learning and embodying somebody isn't an easy job, especially to be a Jamaican, embodying a Jamaican that's like a character for real. You know what I mean? Stepping out of your own character to be somebody else. So that in itself was like a journey. But then, as you asked, like, the impossibility of it, it's not impossible. And how I did it, it was like, a friend reached out to me and was like, yo, may I apply for this movie? And I was like, which movie? He said, Bob Marley movie, Paramount. I was like, yeah, good luck. I was like, honestly, I thought it was like one of them like a scam moments, you know what I mean? Because I saw so much casting before about this movie, and I was like, yeah, one of them times. And it was like, no, bro, trust me, just apply for this. I don't know what can happen. Just those were his words. Like, we don't know what can happen.
Yeah.
And this was a guy who got the role for young Bob Marley. You know what I mean?
Look at that. That is amazing.
We both played the same role in real life and in the movie. You know what I mean? Because we in a group together now, and it's like, yo, that's a whole next story for itself. But I can tell you, just based on the fact that, yo, he reached out and was like, yo, no man, do this. And I did it. I sent it online. And even worse, I was like, yeah, I'm not get that, because it's not like I'm going in front of nobody and the director see me and can say, yeah, I like this one. You know, this was online. I sent an email. You know what I mean? And I took my mind off it for a year.
A whole year. So there's a whole year between you applying and getting the call on the highway?
Yeah, man. A whole year. They started shooting already. They were in Europe shooting. You know what I mean? He got the role for Young Bob, and I was like, we celebrated, and you know what I mean? It was like a big vibes. And then like a year passed, and they were doing the last 3 weeks in Jamaica. And I was like, oh, I saw the email. I think the email was sent like a week and I didn't see it.
Wow.
And something just say, yo, check your email. Check the email. I was like, on the highway, pull over on the highway, celebrating.
Oh, that's
You know what I
amazing.
mean?
Congratulations.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Congratulations. And I actually met young Bob Marley. Remind me of his name.
One.
I met him at the Island Music Conference in Jamaica, which is coming up as well.
Yeah, man.
You
yeah,
know,
man.
and you have a group together, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us
yeah.
about the group.
All right, so from that same IMC that you were at last year, some promoters were sitting in the audience from Germany and Spain. And you remember seeing the three of us, right? So after we came off stage, like these said promoters reached out to us like about a month after. Remember, we had no songs, we had no singles, we were just doing some covers, paying tributes to like, you know, the greats before us and thing. And they reached out to us and was like, yo, we need you guys, we need you three in Spain and in Germany. Again, another surreal moment. It was like, oh, some fake thing this year, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, which promoter I go book with without tune, brother? I mean, we just formed this group a month ago. Yeah, I don't know where it go. See it? So I was like, yo, no, man, this is some fake news type of thing. And then reach out to Auntie Sharon, and that's how I know, sorry, this is for real. Because she got the same email, and I got the same email in my personal email, and the group got an email. So they sent it to everybody, basically.
Lovely. And this is the tour you just came out from.
Yeah, man.
So you just toured Germany.
Yeah, Reggae Jam, and we did Cultura Viva in Spain.
Love, that is amazing.
Yeah, man.
And now you're doing your own music. So you may do covers, but you started releasing your own music. So tell us about some of the new songs that you have now.
All right, so I recently released a video shot by J Will called Mystic, and that one is out for like, this was out from November. Our plan was after November was to like drop songs consistently, but you know the storm kind of come and like
Of course.
turn over everything, right? So we had to divert from music and was down there helping them every day, you know, in the mud, the whole works. And then, you know, that inspired this song called Please Sir, you know what I mean, which is this new song that we released about a month ago, yeah, about late January. And then that moved on to inspire Seaview, which is coming soon, 20th of this month, you know.
Lovely. I love that. Now, you mentioned the hurricane. Of course, we know recently the hurricane devastated parts of Jamaica. How was that experience for you? Were you in Jamaica at the time?
Yeah, right there.
Wow.
Right there.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I tell you something. The day it happened, I was like standing outside. I was in Kingston, so I was like, "Yo, if Kingston is being torn up like this, and you know Kingston wasn't like mash up or anything like that, but just based on how the place was moving and thing, I was like, yeah, if Kingston is happening like this, then everywhere else that this thing really a hit, mash up. So we didn't know that as a fact going forward, you know. But when you get there and you see this thing, like you couldn't imagine that it would have been that bad, like for real that bad. As a grown ass man, I can't tell you how much tears not come on my eye, but every day I went down there, it was a different tear. Like I can't tell you. I'm gonna talk about these situations and I feel away, you know what I mean? So it's a deep thing because you have some people who just reach that point in their life where them can say, oh, yo, I can maybe take a trip or have a farm or, you know what I mean, do something with my life because I'm coming to the Caribbean, come work for all of them years, come back home, build something for themselves, and only for lose it for, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean,
tough.
anybody head would have mash up, you know what I mean?
Of course,
Yeah,
of
man.
course. I love that at least that song was inspired from that and you released something to give
Yeah.
people hope, give people
Of
some
course.
energy.
Of course.
Yeah.
course.
I know we have a question from the audience, so let's just get a question here. We have Matthew Malcolm. For those of you joining us live, Matthew Malcolm is here, and we will be interviewing Burning Flames shortly. So we have Samuel Ogilvy in the audience. What is your question?
Bless up, Sam.
As a musician first, and then going into acting, has any of the pursuits influenced each other in your current art?
Yes, for sure. So with music, the discipline is not much different from acting. You know, when I go inside a studio, I try to challenge myself as if it's a game. You know what I mean? Pele, if you're up on the live, you can attest to this. We don't do more than 3 hours for our song. You know what I mean? And that we try to keep that at that place because we say, yo, like, the more songs we get out, that more fulfilling. You know what I mean? That feel more fulfilling than just sitting down 1 month, 2 months, 3 months on the same song. You don't know what you're fixing most of the times. You're just fixing it because you think perfectionist needs to be a perfection and all of that. But most times, the best movie and the best songs come from a good vibes. You know what I mean? And you find that based on just even being in a Bob Marley movie, most of these days, we were like family on set. You know what I mean? It never felt like, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. You know what I mean? It never felt like, yo, work with it. And, you know, it's just good vibes, good energy. And when you have that, it's only magic, you know what I mean? Only magic can happen right there, my friend.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Sam, for your question. We are on Upstage TV show. We'll be right back. We're interviewing Burning Flames up next.
This Valentine, celebrate under the stars at Lovefest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. Whether you're coming solo, with someone special, or rolling deep. Lovefest is filled with moments to enjoy, like making your own chocolates and candles. Early bird tickets are sold out. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFet.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Lovefest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 4th.
Would you run away if I told you I love you? Would it make you stay? Let's take a chance, be on everything, 'cause I don't want another. Let me please you, babe. Why? 'Cause you're rocking with an island girl. Let me give you like an island love. Ain't nobody gonna love you better.
Love you, baby. Oh,
I'm in love.
I'll tell you again, African lady. King man love you, King man love you, King man love you. I'm in love.
I'm the Madras, yeah. Stop playing with me, minor baby. Stop playing with me, minor girl. Stop playing with me, minor baby. All you come closer, hey, 'cause I love how you when you go big, me let it go on you.
Welcome back to Upstage TV show. I'm Missy Chrissy. We are live at Bay House in Jean Anglais, Grenada, this lovely location. And I am joined by the legendary Burning Flames, all the way from Antigua here in Grenada. Welcome officially to Upstage TV show. It will be lovely for us to get to know each and every one of you. So can you introduce yourselves for us?
Yes, I am Unku. I play the keyboards and also do lead vocals.
I'm Caucus. I'm the bass player. Cut.
I'm Ron Fox, the drummer and background vocals. Onion, guitar, and vocals.
Lovely. So you've all been knighted. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
These four gentlemen, they have all been knighted. They have all just been knighted in Antigua and Barbuda. So we should say Sirs Burning Flames.
Yes, sure.
Indeed, indeed. But congratulations, and you're celebrating 40 years in the industry.
Yes. You could also say diplomatic burning flames.
Diplomatic Burning
Yes,
Flames.
because you can
Okay.
now carry diplomatic passports as well.
Excuse me. They put the respect on your names.
Yeah.
Indeed. But tell us, how was that experience being knighted? Was it something that you expected?
Well, no. Well, for us, music has always been just given to the people. There's something we give, and as Onion said earlier in an interview, if you were chasing the money at the time, we probably would not last that long. So when it came, although we thought it should have been earlier, it did come 40 years later, and that only shows that once you stay together and actually keep doing good and not looking for something, things happen. And when we got it, just another thing we get, because we were never ever starstruck as a family, because we're three brothers and a nephew.
Right.
Right? And
Nice.
Yeah.
So the family works together. I love that.
Yeah, so the question you asked is how we felt getting it. It felt good, but it was just us being, okay, thank you.
As your brother's saying something there.
Me?
Yes. How do you feel?
For me, it felt weird being knighted during the day.
Were there swords and everything? How was
Yeah.
So they literally put a sword on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Governor General, everybody was.
So they have this. Fox, tell us.
Well, you have to kneel before the Governor General. He tap you with his sword, and you get your knighthood.
Were you thinking, I don't want this sword to come any
no,
closer?
No,
I thought you were going to
wasn't
stab
like that,
Onion.
no.
I thought Onion looked, he was going to get a little choke with it. But
How was it for you, Onion, being knighted?
He was the one who fell down with the in front
well,
of
the whole stadium was laughing.
He fell
As you
down?
know,
in front of the Governor General.
The sword was too heavy? What happened?
No, the sword. It was kneel on the wrong knee or something. Because before, we didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Before, so they kind of gave us a
briefing.
which I find should have done days before. So when you go, because you have to go, you walk straight up, then you have to go sideways. You can't turn your back on the Governor General. So we keep going over what we're supposed to do again every time they pass. And this was happening just before we go up. So
Right.
somebody had to make some kind of blunder. And by being around the guys this morning, you know who would have to make everybody laugh, right? And that's
No,
him.
they told me to keep your eyes on the Governor General.
Right.
I was keeping my eyes on the Governor General, and I missed the stuff. when I knelt down, the thing wasn't there. I mean, just go, and I was holding on to the Governor General. He just bust out, laugh, and the whole.
Wow. But you made it a memorable moment.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure it means everybody's going to
It was
remember this for
expected.
life.
It was expected. Everybody expected something
And
going to
my
happen.
pants was over tight, so I couldn't.
So tell me, you mentioned it's 3 brothers and a nephew. So how did Burning Flames start? And you are the original Burning Flames. So how did you begin? Was it church as well?
Yeah.
Not as a band in church, but
In
we
church.
did play.
Half of the family,
Church.
evangelists and
everybody-
pastors and everything.
These-
We're the only
I think we're the
outcasts.
only ones left from the family who is not an evangelist or pastor. Yeah, and it's a big family. So
I see. So is it that your entire family is a music family or?
no.
No, okay.
No.
So how did you start playing instruments at an early age? How did that
From
start?
one brother
Yeah.
who came home with a
Guitar.
acoustic guitar, and he's now a minister. He started playing in the church, and then he started teaching, and everybody pick up, and each one teach one, and we
Wow.
became the first set of musicians from a family. We didn't come from a musical family.
Lovely. How important is it, you would say, to nurture talent from an early age? Because I know so many people have children, they may notice them playing a little beat on the table. How important do you think it is?
As I said this morning in an interview, this is our calling. I have 12 kids. 12. I can call my numbers, and trust me, within the band, my number's very low. I have 12 kids, and out of the 12, none of them play music, and none like they're interested to play music. I bought my last daughter is 11. She just turned 11. I bought a keyboard, I bought a guitar, and she go music class every Saturday. I tell you, look, I'm going to sell the keyboard now. I told her I'm going to sell it because she doesn't play it, but she go classes. It just showed me that you don't force kids to do what they don't want to do. Just nurture them the right way. The keyboard right there, her brother now trying to play bass, taught the keyboard every now and again. And nobody else of my siblings try to play music. It's not their calling.
Yeah, we never force. I never
She
forced
says she
my
want to be
kids
an
to that.
astronaut.
Okay.
Well, I have
I'm not getting into this number calling.
10 boys and 9 girls. And I have 3 sons who won Soca Monarch in Antigua. And I have 3 other sons who are A-class musicians. And they like walk in my footsteps. They like mechanical engineering, which we do before we started playing music. So it's just who call, God's call. You just have to answer, because I never expected none of my kids to be musicians, and they just follow my footsteps, win crown, which I never won.
You're this close to a touch.
I got close. I almost touched it. But, I have daughters who sing well. But hey, me, I'm just me. YB was. Cut.
When in your journey, in your career, did you decide we're going to do music full time? Because you mentioned that you were mechanical engineers or still mechanical engineers.
Well,
when you
I would
decide
take up
that?
the engineer part, mechanics.
Mechanics,
Yeah.
okay.
And the question
Well,
directed.
hold on, let me see. Count your numbers first before you start.
No, I'm not in this number counting thing. All right, my kids, I have a few.
What
And
goes over 30? My mouth slipped.
and
32 to be exact.
Would you like some water, sir?
yes, please. Yeah. So.
But when did you decide to do music full time? When you said, because a lot of people sometimes it's I'm working but I love this thing. Can I make music? Can I make a living with it? And they're trying to figure out when can I break away from the 9 to 5, from the 8 to 4, and do music full time and make a living from it.
I guess that's a question for each, because everybody, we just didn't wake up and say, okay, let's go for it. For me, I started playing, like everybody started playing at a young age. And then was already playing in a band, playing keyboards with a cousin of mine, of ours. And I used to go around the band. I went with them one night on a gig. And I was fooling around with the bass guitar, but I couldn't play. And my cousin, the bass player, didn't show up. So my cousin asked me, you can play? I said, yes. So he said, okay, come, you give me the bass. And then the band strike up, the band play all night up to the time the band finished. I couldn't play. I didn't play one note. I didn't know what to do. So he said, "Come here. Anytime anybody asks if you can play, say no." And what he did after that was interesting. He took me on another gig, because it was like hotel gigs, and I went on that gig, and it's like, and then I went to another gig. He keep taking me on these gigs, and I could not play. So it's like, if somebody give you a car, brand new car, and you can't drive, you go force just to drive it. So he put me in a position that I forced myself to play an instrument, which was a bass guitar.
How old were you when this happened?
This was like 14.
14.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like 14. And then I started playing, and then but I was getting like $7 a gig. I think Onion was getting 20. And we're in the same band. So one day my mother asked the leader of the band, "How come Onion and Uncle in your band, one getting 20, one getting 7, and they're playing the same hours?" Well, he get paid because of his size. He gets paid by his size. So I'm the smallest, I get the smallest money. And from there now, I was playing to buy textbooks, because up to this, all the interviews, nobody mentioned where we actually came from, where there was no food on the table. You're wearing hand-me-downs.
One uniform between me and you to go to school.
Things like that. You go to school, come home for lunch, drink some water, go back. And then if they had anything, a mother, this time it was just single parent. Our father went to the Virgin Islands, and he stayed down there. He had another family down there. And we used to just wait, sit down. The postman come in. Because when the postman comes with a check sometimes, that's when we eat good. Then when that wear off, it's back to the drawing board. Our mother would just drink a cup of hot water with she giving us something to eat. If it's one fish, she had 14 kids, one died early. So she raised 13 of us. So started playing, have a little money coming in, buy textbooks, going to school and still playing music. And then from secondary school now, took my exams to go to another school, which is higher. We call it Princess Margaret School, and I was going to Clay Hall Secondary School. So at this point, after taking that exam, I'm playing to buy books. I said, figure, well, hey, look, some money coming in to help the old lady, because she was getting the money. And then I said, well, I'm going to do music. Then a few days didn't show up. My headmaster came and said, look, you passed the exam to go to the other school. What you doing? You didn't show up. And he tried to talk me into going, and I made a decision right there and then. I said, look, mother needs this. I was actually felt like a big man now, because I'm working,
For your $7.
Eh?
For your $7.
7.
Okay.
7, no.
But $7 back then isn't $7
Yeah, but
now.
I
Yeah.
have got a $20, so man, it was building up, and that was helping family. Everybody does a little thing, it helps. So from there, I made the decision to continue playing music. It was easier than waking up in the morning to go to school. Yeah, but that didn't stop, because you're never too old to learn. So from then, I studied music, and you can still learn, you know what I mean? And after that, everybody else did what they had to do, so they have their story.
And you're here 40 plus years later. Thank you so much for sharing that.
No, let me share. 40 years was from our first recording.
As the original Burning Flames.
As Burning Flames.
Got you.
But we were playing music before. Fox was 9 years old on the drums.
Wow.
With the band before. Right? So I could say give Burning Flames a good 55 years.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your music with us.
Oh,
And
one more thing, please. Don't get me wrong. Fox, the manager now, Elton, he was the first drummer. Because I just realized Fox can't be 55. the first drummer is the manager.
Okay.
So when I go back into the 70s, because we've been around in the 70s, just to clear that, so you can
Yeah.
continue now. Fox not 94 like us.
So explain to us, because I noticed that you would say the original Burning Flames. So let us know what the difference is. Is there Burning Flames and original Burning Flames? Explain to us what happened along your journey that lets you specify this.
Okay, along the journey, as following any musical group or bands, there's always disagreement, even family. So they have the Burning Flames, and then you had the Burning Flames split, right? And then you have Onion and the Began Band, and you had Unku. You had the Burning Flames with Onika Bostic of the Trinidad, and then you had Three Cylinder. Then it became Three Cylinder, which was 50% of the original Burning Flames. That was Crocus and Onion, with other musicians from Antigua, made up Three Cylinder. And then you had Red Hot Flames, which was another 50%, me and Fox, and other members. So within this time, everybody made waves for themselves. You understand? So because of that now, we have to say the original, because it's not like nobody knew Onion and the Began Band or Three Cylinder or Red Hot. Everybody is known. So when you say the original, because there are also Onion and the Burning Flames as well, without me and Fox. So with all that confusion there, because some people don't know the difference, once they hear the vocals, they figure it's the Burning Flames, but there's an original. When you say original, you mean Uncle Bobai and Fox and Onion.
Right.
You want me to tell them the story?
Tell me.
Uncle Bobai and Fox. Nothing sweeter than that.
Hey.
And if you want it for sound like a sweeter, clap the onion on top.
I love it. Thank you so much. We're going to open up for questions from the audience. Before we do that, bands are hard to maintain, especially over 4 decades. What would you say is the glue? What is that glue that keeps you going?
Easy, family.
Family. So you think that makes it easier for you?
Yeah, because me can vex with you today
First, yeah.
for 100 years, and a day after 100 days, me still have a talk to you. It's my family. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Family. All in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. So now we have a question from the audience. We have Xanafa with a question.
How do you attract younger fans while keeping longtime supporters happy?
That's a good question. Well, the Burning Flames have bridged at least 4 generations. And with all that goes on musically, because things change. And if you don't adapt and change and make the changes, you will fall behind. And we've been able to bridge the gaps by our uniqueness, right? Because to each genre, it becomes saturated at times, that everybody starts sounding like everybody. You understand? So for us to keep cutting through that is because we sound like us and nobody else. We sound like the Burning Flames. And you have to hear, you hear it. You hear it. The younger generations and one of the key points, when one of my kids used to cry to come with us to a gig. We used to do a Lions show dance every night in Antigua for Carnival. And she was able, when I saw her one day as a big woman, still coming, she's now coming on her own. And I can remember when she was younger. So what happened is the parents, the generation of the day, they come, they support, then they have kids and they keep playing that music because they can't support anymore physically. So they'll buy a CD and they play the music at home. The kids wanted to go to see Burning Flames when they were little. Now they grow up, they can go now, because we're still going, the engine is still running. So they can go now for themselves. So they come to the gig, the parents now staying home, too much responsibilities. Now these kids, they grow up and enjoying Burning Flames. Now they too start having responsibilities that they can't support physically no more. They're having kids, and so the cycle continues up to this day. Everybody has a Burning Flames story because their parents and foreparents saw Burning Flames.
That's important. You mentioned the unique sound in your music. And I noticed some of your songs has some Spanish in there. There's some French Creole in there in terms of the music, the influence. Talk to us about how you've been able to forge your path with your unique sound and those influences.
Okay, one of us used to live in Guadeloupe for some time.
Okay.
So I will let him.
One of us who?
One of us somewhere down so. So, I mean, the music part of it, you know, but there's a language part of it when, you know, like Tout Monde Danse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, although the music, I could make the music sound like French, you know, because he's the one going to put the lingo on it. And so he living there, he can make his beats, he can make the French, and tell us how you learn this, the French. We don't speak French, you know.
You don't speak
No, but
bonjour? Parlez-vous français?
Comment ça va?
Bien.
No, try had a conversation, right? That's 2 words. That's 2 words.
It stops there.
Actually, our music, I believe, stems from what we listen to. It comes out in us. Because, like I said earlier, we wanted to be a rock band. We were heavily influenced by rock. The 80s, well, for guitar, Jimi Hendrix, and, you know. So, when we came out, the sound wasn't planned. The style wasn't planned. It's just that Uncle have a chemistry, I have a chemistry, and Caucus Fox. So all chemistries came together to make that sound. And I believe it's what, because we all listen to the same music all the time, but the French part of it now, Uncle was in Montserrat. He can give you his Montserrat story. Lived down there for a bit. Work with Arrow. The original bass player
6
for Hot
years.
Hot.
Wow. You were the bass player for Arrow.
Yes.
I am the one who created Hot Hot Hot, right? Really.
And y'all know
And to
Hot Hot Hot.
say that to the world.
That
Yeah.
song.
And
For real.
I am the original bass player on the track as well.
Yeah.
That's
that's a-
amazing.
Also Tiny Winding. I played guitar on a few of the tracks when I joined him in Montserrat. When I was on my way, I actually went to Guadeloupe to play guitar with the I'm not gonna say hey. The start. So a friend of mine took me to Guadeloupe to play with his band because every dance group in Guadeloupe back then, I don't know for now, every dance group have their own band. So I was supposed to play with that band to head to France to play with the band. No, my passport expired. I went back to Antigua to renew my passport. I got the call. Uncle said to come to Montserrat. So I didn't bother to go back to Guadeloupe. They picked me up in a boy, when you're young, you really know your danger. They picked me up in a one engine plane. I would never fly that plane today.
One engine plane.
One fan.
One.
And with boxes, because the club, the guy that owned the club had his own little plane. and the little plane was filled with boxes and all kind of something. They would never get me to do that now. But anyway, I went to Montserrat, and I learned a little in Guadeloupe because but the main dancer for the group, he couldn't speak English. So that is why I learned a little French. I used to teach him English, and he teach me a little bit of French.
Nice.
So that's why I picked it up. And then when Burning Flames started doing our music now, that's where the language interject into the music.
Lovely. We have another question from the audience. We have Gertrude. Tell us your question for Burning Flames.
Hello.
Hello.
How do you pick your lyrics for your music? Because you've had so many hits. Which one of you, any one of you could answer. How do you pick your lyrics and to get those hits?
Okay, well, from the topic.
Yeah,
Onion does his writing, I do my writing. Onion is Island Girl, I'm worky. If you know, so if you get what you want tonight, that's Onion. Swinging Engine is me. So we have a different approach to things, but the main thing for me, I can only speak for myself because we do individual writing. The main thing for me is a good topic. And most good topics are already done, right? So what we do, everything has been already done. So the main thing for me is to do the same thing in a different way. I Command You, right, was a monster song. And it's say, I command you to go. And we're going left, command you to go right. Rush, I did rush. Rush over so, was to the left. And there's songs that say, move it to the left, move it to the right. But you just have to find a way to do the same thing so it sounds fresh. That's what I do.
Yeah, for me, you start the same thing. You start from the topic. You choose a topic and go with it. Sometimes you can see the topic is floating around us. All we have to do, put up the antenna and bring it down on us.
I feel you. I think that's how Love Fest started, floating around. Now, on the topic of topic, and on the topic of staying fresh, you came up with a song a few years ago that had a lot of controversy.
That's what I want.
I remember that made news. People were protesting all over the Caribbean about this song, Kick In She Back Door. How did you deal with that song?
To the song.
Well, you tell me.
Well, it's just street talk, you know.
Street talk.
It's just street talk. Actually, it was supposed to be a dance, but it's like this for doing Saltfish. It's a double meaning song. You could take it how you just put the song out, and people take it how they want. That's all I can say.
Do you think people
anybody that take a song negative? All I said, they call me from Trinidad and say, "Let me tell you something, right? Let's get a cooler, and we're gonna climb up on the top of a mountain, and we're gonna stock the cooler with drinks, and me and you gonna sit down here and drink, and then watch the world. We're not gonna play the song, and see if you change the world, and don't call back my phone."
Full stop. Full according to Mr.
Cut.
Cut.
Yeah, it's just another song that dominated, and people take it. A lot of people take it how they want, but the song is not actually violent, and the song is not.
Understood.
So,
yeah. Do you think people try to limit creativity too much?
Well, it depends on how society takes it. But sometimes you have to. If you can't come direct, indirect how it works.
Yeah, but if you say creativity means that you're going to create something, right? So you're talking about back then, or you're talking about now? Because today's writing is direct.
Yeah.
X. Triple X and the lyrics. 2 years ago, I was talking to somebody from Nevis, and he said to me, you know, all this time now, me big man, me never know Swinging Engine actually was about sex. Because the way he mask it, which we do a lot of that type of writing, big people know what it means, but children take it for what it sounds like, just pure fun.
Turn your keys, swing engine.
You know, so when you say create, when you do go direct at anything, you didn't create nothing. You know, you're not a creative writer. You know, so just to answer that question.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Burning Flames is here live on Upstage TV show. We're going to take a quick break and talk about what we can expect for Love Fest 2026.
This Valentine, celebrate under the stars at Lovefest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. Whether you're coming solo, with someone special, or rolling deep, Lovefest is filled with moments to enjoy, like making your own chocolates and candles. Early bird tickets are sold out. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFet.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Love Fest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, starting 6 p.m. at Quarantine Point.
Would you run away if I told you I love you? Would it make you stay? Let's take a chance, be your everything, 'cause I don't want another. Let me please you, babe. Why? 'Cause you're rocking with an island girl. Let me give you like an island love. Ain't nobody gonna love you better.
Love you, baby. Oh,
I'm in love.
I'll tell you again, African lady. King man love you, King man love you, King man love you. I'm in love.
I'm the madras. I'm in the madras. Yeah. Stop playing with me, minor baby. Stop playing with me, minor girl. Stop playing with me, minor baby. When you come closer, come closer. Hey, 'cause I love how you when you go make me let it go on you.
This Valentine, celebrate under the stars at Lovefest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFet.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Our Love Fest partners, Lashington Agency, Sunrise Airways, Netherlands Insurance, GBN, Boss FM, Grenada Tourism Authority, Flow. Produced by Upstage. Love Fest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, starting 6 p.m. at Quarantine Point.
Welcome back to Upstage TV show. We are live from Bay House in Grenada, getting ready for Love Fest 2026 on Valentine's Day. We are here with the artist Matthew Malcolm, as well as Burning Flames. Also joining us, Sabrina Francis, Rita and the Ultimate Perfections Band, as well as Pan Wizards at Love Fest. And this is our official Meet the Artist special episode of Upstage TV show. I want to make sure that you know what to expect from these guys on the show. Matthew, what can we expect Saturday at Love Fest?
I've got so much honey, bees envy me, oh baby. Well, I guess you say what can make me feel this way, my girl. Forward out, man.
I love it. He's just like, take this, take this. And of course, Matthew will be on stage, reggae artist all the way from Jamaica joining us. Burning Flames, what can we expect from you come Saturday night?
What can you expect from flames of fire? Not heat?
Heat.
Love heat, that is. Tough love. Cut.
Hits after hits after hits after hits, timeless music. If you get what you want tonight, will you remember me tomorrow? Yes, I will.
Yes, indeed. It will be a bumper show indeed. And I have to say, special thanks to all those making it possible. Lashington Agency, the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs, Netherlands Insurance, Sunrise Airways. All of them actually came in on Sunrise yesterday, so that's great. We have Flow, GBN, Boss FM. We're going live on MTV, so big up to the MTV crew as well. Fit Foods, CD Audio Visual, MK Streaming as well on the back end. And I have to say, special big up to the Love Fest team, the Upstage TV show team. And behind the scenes, we have Andrew Hitz Phillip, Mashida Phillip, Brigitte DeCall, as well as Floyd Robinson. I'm just making sure I get everyone. And of course, Janelle Moraine. I'm so thankful to the team and everyone. I am Crystalline Lashington, Missy Chrissy, and I will see you at Love Fest.
This Valentine, celebrate under the stars at Love Fest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFet.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Our Love Fest partners, Lashington Agency, Sunrise Airways, Netherlands Insurance, GBN, Boss FM, Grenada Tourism Authority, Flow. Produced by Upstage. Love Fest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, starting 6 p.m. at Quarantine Point.
Would you run away if I told you I love you? Would it make you stay? Let's take a chance, be your everything, 'cause I don't want another. Let me please you, babe. Why? 'Cause you're rockin' with an island girl. Let me give you like an island love. Ain't nobody gonna love love you better.
Love you, baby. Oh,
I'm in love.
I'll tell you again, African lady. King man love you, King man love you, King man love you. I'm in love.
I'm the madras. I'm the madras. Yeah. Stop playing with me, minor baby. Stop playing with me, minor girl. Stop playing with me, minor baby. All you come closer, come closer. Hey, cause I love how you when you go big, me let it go on you.
This Valentine, celebrate under the stars at Lovefest. Saturday, February 14th at Quarantine Point Recreational Park from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Featuring all the way from Antigua, Burning Flames. Also live, Sabrina Francis, Rita, and Ultimate Perfections Band, Pan Wizards, and more. Whether you're coming solo, with someone special, or rolling deep. Lovefest is filled with moments to enjoy, like making your own chocolates and candles. Early bird tickets are sold out. General admission starts at $100. Grab a couple special for only $180 while stocks last. Tickets are available at Grenadian Optical, Eventbrite, and GoToFet.com. Upgrade your experience with our bottle service, Sweetheart Table for Two, or a more private Cupid's Cabana. Lovefest is on Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, starting 6 p.m. at Quarantine Point.